Hey everyone, so today's video is an update for the Handmaid's Tale project pan, and this was created by Kim or Teacher Loves Beauty here on YouTube. I will have all of the details in the description box along with links to everything you may need to join this project or just to see all the details about this project. And this is a 9-month project pan. It started in November and it goes until August. So basically we have a prompt for each character. And obviously this is my second update, so if you haven't seen the intro or the previous update, it may be helpful to go back and look at those. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get straight into this update. So the first character we have is Ofred, and this is the most important product in your makeup routine. And for this one, I decided to choose a cream blush because I can't do my makeup routine without applying a cream blush. So I actually chose my Salt New York Lip and Cheek Cream Tint Pro in the shade Spice. I will insert photos as well. But as you can see, I have a pretty good dip going in this. It was used when I rolled it in, but it had nowhere near as close to as deep a dip as it does now. So I've definitely made a really good amount of progress on this, and I find this really easy for me to reach for because I do love the Salt New York cream products. So I have really loved reaching for this one. And I used this 13 times since the last update and 28 times in total. So I don't think I'm really close to pan. My goal is to hit pan on this. So I feel like I'm maybe about like halfway there. I mean, you can kind of see how deep the pan is and it doesn't look like I'm that close. So I don't think I will hit it within the next month or even the next couple of months. So I think this one will definitely take me a few more months. But like I said, I have no problems reaching for this. I do really, really love this blush. I have this blush on my cheeks underneath, I think like 2 or 3 other blushes. So not that you can kind of deviate which one is which, but I do have this underneath on my cheeks somewhere in there. So this is sort of contributing to the color on my cheeks, but I do love layering my blushes. So I've loved getting a lot of use out of this, and I am working on a couple other cream blushes. I think only one other one, so it hasn't been too difficult to reach for this pretty often. Next up, we have the Commander, and the prompt for this one is a product that gives you the most points in Scrabble. So for this one, I chose my NYX Cosmetics Butter Gloss, specifically in the shade Angel Food Cake. I have previously rolled in Creme Brulee, and that one is a very, very light color, so I actually rolled that out the last update because I found that I just wasn't reaching for it, and I wasn't loving it, so I did end up decluttering that gloss, and I just decided to roll in a different shade of the same NYX Butter Gloss. So I am now working on Angel Food Cake. It is a really pretty sort of cool berry shade, and I do really, really love this shade. So I didn't set a goal necessarily for this. I mean, my goal is to finish it, but I don't know if I will hit that goal. I really just want to work on it for this whole project and see how far I can get. But the thing with this is there's not really any way to track it. I mean, unless I weight it, and I don't weigh products, I don't have a scale. So I haven't been weighing it, and I don't really have a way to do that. So there's not really a way for me to see my progress on this. I guess just by seeing the amount of uses is the way I track it. So obviously I just track my uses on it. You can't see, like, there's no windowing in this product, and I know these lip glosses are really difficult to finish up. So I think, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to see windowing on this product, but hopefully by the end of the project, I guess maybe my goal would be to see windowing in this product. And I did use this 8 times since the last update. Like I said, I just rolled this in the last update because I decluttered the other NYX gloss. So I have 8 uses on this, which is a pretty good amount of use considering I do have a bunch of other lip products and projects because I'm doing my lip product usage project right now as well. So I'm hoping to make slow and steady progress on this one. Next up, we have the character Moira, and this is a product that is like a close friend. So for this one, I chose the Becca, Chloe, and Malika face palette. This is obviously the lighter one, and I really love all of the shades in here. I really love this face palette. This is probably my favorite face palette in my collection just because I find that I get use out of all of these shades. Obviously, it comes with 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter. I do have a mix of these 2 blushes on my cheeks today as well. So I do really love mixing these, and I also really love the highlighter, and I really love the bronzer. I have a little bit of the bronzer on today as well. So I've been really enjoying reaching for this, and I just tend not to reach for face palettes unless they're in projects. So this has sort of helped me get a little bit more use out of this project, and or out of this product. And for this one, I just want to use it 50 times. Obviously, I can't really hit pan on these. I mean, I could, but it would take literally forever. So my goal is just a 50 use goal with this one. And then that way I'm also dipping into all 4 of the shades in here. So I've really loved getting more use out of this, and this project has helped me reach for this a lot more. So I actually only reached for that palette 5 times since the last update. So I've reached for it 14 times in total. So I still need to reach for it 36 more times to hit my goal, which is like a decent amount of use, but I also like want these products to be in this project for at least a few months because it's not technically a rolling style project. And I have rolled out, I guess, 1 product already, and I will be rolling out a few products today. So I don't want to end up with like no products in this project at the end. And I kind of talked about this a little bit the last update. I might just hit my goal on all these products and then sort of end this project early, because I don't really see myself hitting my goal. Like, I don't see myself taking the whole 9 months to hit my goal on these products basically. So I may either end this early or just turn it into a rolling style project. And I'm kind of thinking I will end it early just when I hit my goals on all these products. And like I said, I only got 5 uses out of that face palette in the past month, which isn't very much because I was away for the last week and a half. So I'm maybe not seeing as much progress on my projects as I would like, especially this past month, because I was away for a week and a half, which is like more than a quarter of the month. So I probably won't see as much progress as I would like in my upcoming project pan updates. But anyways, the next prompt is flowers, and this is a product with flowers in the name or title. So I chose my Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. This is in the shade Soft Rose, and I tried to sit this upright for a little bit, and I think it just needs a little bit longer. So I'm estimating that I'm about up to here, and my goal was to get down to this logo, so I feel like I'm about halfway, but I will let this sit upright for a little while and try to mark it, because I think it just needs a few hours to sort of get all the product down to the bottom so that I can mark it. But I have enjoyed this. Before I rolled this into this project, I really hadn't used it at all, and I find with this gloss you literally need the tiniest little bit of product. Like, the product that comes out on the applicator is almost way too much. So I think that was my initial issue with this and why I didn't like it as much as like other people liked it, because these glosses have been pretty hyped up. So I'm starting to like it a little bit more now and getting the hang of it, especially when it's like not as new and you don't get as much product on the applicator. I feel like I definitely need to like wipe off the applicator still, and that way I don't like over apply it, because I find that it can get almost a little bit gloopy, but it is pretty pigmented. So I almost get a little bit too pigmented. I almost get a little bit too much pigment on my lips unless I wipe off the applicator. So this I have enjoyed using, and I'm kind of just figuring out my thoughts on it because I hadn't used it much before I rolled it into this project. So I used this 4 times since the last update. Again, not as much as I would have liked, but I've used it 12 times in total. And like I said, I just want to get down to the top of this logo right here. So I don't think that will take me too much longer, maybe like a few more months, depending on how much I use it each month, obviously. Next is the Handmaid's Red, and this was a product that is a sin to buy or just really expensive, and for that I chose one of my Kosas 10-second eyeshadows. This one is in the shade Supreme, and these were sort of discontinued but now reformulated, and I did see one review of them, and the reformulated version is almost completely different. So I'm glad I got these before they were reformulated, because I feel like I do like this formulation better, even though obviously I haven't tried the new formulation, but I'm glad I got my hands on these before they reformulated them. Anyways, my goal with this is just to use it 30 times because this is a liquid shadow. I don't tend to reach for liquid shadows very often unless they're in projects, which is why it was kind of a sin to buy, because I rarely reach for liquid shadows. But I do enjoy these liquid shadows, and this is kind of a pretty like almost orange gold type of shade. So it is pretty neutral and wearable, easy to wear for every day. And I'm kind of just slowly and steadily getting my use out of this. I'm not expecting to have it done or have 30 uses out of it within like 3 months, because I am only using this a few times each month. So I only used this twice since the last update. I have used it 11 times in total. So the previous update, I had used it 9 times, which I feel like it also just depends on the types of looks I'm doing. Like if I'm going for a really quick everyday look where I need to get ready in 5 minutes, this is more likely to be the product that I'm reaching for because it's just kind of a one and done shadow. So like I said, I only used it 2 times since the last update. So I've used it 11 times, which means I need 19 more uses before I hit my goal on this. So again, this one is a slow and steady product. It won't be done for at least a few more months. And I feel like this is the one, or this is one of the products that's going to take me maybe a little bit longer. So I feel like a lot of these products I will end up hitting my goal on around relatively the same time, which is why I'm just thinking of ending this project earlier. Next up, we have the eyes, which is a product that is used on the eyes. So for this, I chose my Pat McGrath palette because I really just wanted to get a little bit more use out of this. And I decided instead of like trying to use every shade in here, I wanted to hit pan on this shade right here. It's probably hard to tell. Oh, there you can see it. But it's probably a lot easier to see in the photos, but I think that shows it pretty well as well. So I do have quite a bit of a dip going in there. You can see, obviously it is just like a highlight shade. So I use it with a pencil brush. So I'm dipping pretty precisely into the pan. So I'm pretty easily able to create that dip. And I feel like any day now I'm going to hit pan on it, but this is one I'm just being patient with because I know Pat McGrath shadows are really difficult to hit pan on and the pans are pretty deep, which I'm now realizing. So it'll be interesting to see how deep the pans actually are. And I'm not sure if it's like, because they are sort of more baked shadows, I feel like it's not a normal pan at the bottom because I feel like I probably would have hit that soon. I think it's like a waffle pan, so it might be a little bit more difficult to see when I do hit pan, and I might need to sort of expand the pan a little bit more to actually see the pan. So I think that one is going to take me a couple more months because it looks like I'm very, very close, but I just haven't hit it yet. So I may have it by next update, but we'll just have to see with that one. That's definitely one I'm being very patient with, and I kind of feel like it's going to take me a little while longer, even though it looks like I'm really close. So I used that shade 10 times since the last update, and I've used it 27 times in total, which is quite a bit of use, especially for like a highlight shade where I usually pretty easily hit pan on those types of shades. So it is definitely taking a lot longer than like any other highlight type shade that I've hit pan on. But like I said, I am just being patient with that one. So it's going to be really exciting to see when I do hit pan. And now for the products that I either hit my goal on or I'm just rolling out. So first off, we have the character Luke, which is a product you're considering separating from, which kind of makes sense because this product I did want to finish, but I don't like it and I don't want it in my collection. So I was considering decluttering this, and now I think I am just going to declutter it because I've tried to use it up. I used it once since the last update. So last update, I decided that I would keep it in for 1 more month, and if I didn't really use it, I would just declutter it. So I am just going to declutter it because I don't want to torture myself with trying to finish this off, and I just don't enjoy this product. So I did get, or I was about like halfway, so I did make a decent amount of progress on this lip product in general, but I was really just forcing myself to apply it because I wanted to get it done when I don't like doing that with project pans. So I am just going to declutter this one. I don't think it's worth it to try to finish it. Next, we have Serena Joy, which is a product that saves your makeup routine. So for that one, I chose a primer. This is the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer. I did really, really love this. I would consider repurchasing it. I have completely finished it off now, and that was my goal. It didn't take me very long. Obviously, this is only the second update. I didn't have a ton of this left when I rolled it in, so it did last me a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but I am glad to have this finished off, but I would like to repurchase it, so that doesn't really help me in my makeup inventory category, but I will just wait to go through some other primers before I end up repurchasing this, if I do end up repurchasing it at all, because there are a bunch of other primers that I would also like to try. So I'm glad to have this finished and out of my collection and be able to work on some of my other primers, but I did really enjoy this. And I used this 15 times since the last update. I used it 33 times in total, so it did take me quite a bit to finish, but it's a primer, so I easily use it every single day. So yeah, I am happy to have this finished off. And then lastly, we have Aunt Lydia, which is a product you have to train yourself to use. And I think this is the most satisfying update, but this is my RMS Beauty Living Luminizer Glow Quad. And I was trying to hit pan, obviously, on this shade right here. This is 3 cream highlights and then a cream bronzer. So I was debating whether or not I wanted to just get some use out of this or actually try to hit pan in one of these. And I did obviously hit my goal of hitting pan in this shade. I believe is called Champagne Rose. So I did really, really love this shade. I think this is my favorite shade in the palette. And the pans are pretty shallow. I did kind of hit it a little bit before I thought I was going to. Like, it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. But I would eventually like to finish off this little quad. I did, like, when I first got this, I sort of had to, I used it a lot when I first got it, and then I sort of just forgot about it. I think because it's a mini product and it is kind of a face palette, so I don't know, there's multiple options in here and I just tend not to reach for it. But I do really, really love this, and I have loved this the whole time I've had it. I just kind of have to remind myself to use it because I feel like it just gets lost in my collection. And I used this 9 times since the last update, and it only took me 30 uses to hit pan on, so that's not too bad. I did already have a bit of use on it before I rolled it into this project, but it didn't take me very long to hit pan. Probably also because I was getting so much use out of it and using it almost every single day, which definitely helped a lot. So I'm really happy to have pan on another product in my collection. And that is it for this update. So now we only have 6 products left in this project. So like I said, for now at least, I've kind of decided that I will just hit my goal on all of these products and then sort of do the finale for this project probably a little bit early, but I do imagine that it will take me a few more months to hit pan on some of these products, if not most of these products. So I hope I am able to hit my goal. I mean, I can always just roll in a couple more products if there's some that I'm struggling with and kind of make it a little bit of a rolling project pan if I decide that I want to do that. So I don't really know how this project is going to end, whether I'm going to go the full 9 months or end it a little bit earlier. Let me know what you guys think I should do down below in the comments, because I know this is not technically a rolling style project, but I've sort of been hitting my goals a little bit quicker than I imagined. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Let me know down below in the comments if you are participating in this project pan. I do really love checking out your guys' videos and hearing your guys' progress on your projects. So if you did enjoy this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do post new videos 3 times a week, so if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.